Hi, my name is Jake Cunningham from Landmark out of Hebron. Today we'll be talking about the 360 Yield Center products, specifically the 360 chain rolls and the 360 yield savers. So first we'll start off with the 360 chain rolls. The theory behind these chain rolls is they will cut, and then they have a piercing teeth. So every 7 inches it will cut, and every about inch and a half it will pierce the corn stalks, which will help in breaking down the residue and get more nitrogen back into the soil. So when you do purchase these, they are a match set, and when you install them, you'll notice that there's a yellow mark, and that is what times these. They're timed from factory, so the blade portion of this, the chopping portion, is intermeshed. And these are left and right specific, but the way they're stamped here on the ends. And the way they use left and right is from the seat of the combine, not the front of the head. So you need to be setting in the seat is left and then you're right. And then when you do install, make sure you torque, put a little Loctite on the nuts and torque it to spec, whatever the header that you have. So one of the pluses to this design is that they do cut the stalks into a 7-inch chunk, which is a little more manageable for your trash whippers on your corn planters next season. And these are designed so they don't confetti the corn stalks up, which causes emergence issues later for planting next season. Another plus side to these chain rolls is the knurled portions of the chain roll itself will grab the stalks and pull them down, which will jam them into the existing stubble, which makes the tops more jagged so you get better breakdown of the plants. They will also help with keeping a lot of the trash from getting ingested into the combines. So next we'll talk about the 360 Yield Saver brushes. We can put these on multiple different styles of heads. We can do your 600s, your 700s. When they come, you can either order them assembled, or you can get them unassembled. And then if you purchase them as unassembled, they come in a box with your chains that are separated out, and then there's your brush kits. They will show up in pieces that you'd have to assemble yourself. 360 does make a tool that will mount in your vise or onto your bench that you could lay these in to help put these together. And the way these work is so if you're going to replace a lug brush, you would need this portion that actually bolts to the lug itself, and then this will slide in and be bolted on the assembly. And then to replace the inner brushes, there is a torque in the center here that you will loosen up and remove that screw, and then you'll insert the new one and then screw it down as well. So when you do purchase these Yield Saver brushes, they are side specific, just like the chain rolls. There is a left and a right. And remember, the left and the right is from a seating position in the cab. If you do purchase new brushes, 360 does offer an upgrade sprockets for your 600 and 700 series heads, a new sprocket and an idler. So if you purchase the 360 sprockets, this will allow you to put a 700 style chain on a 600 series head. 360 does offer a lug kit, so if you're having troubles or you need to replace some of your lugs, they make a kit that's got the crop lugs and the brushes, lefts and rights. They do come with screws. They do offer another kit that has some spare brushes and lugs and screws that come with it as well. That's probably one you would keep just to have some spares. They also do sell just the screws on themselves. They also carry a kit that if you need to rebuild, if you feel that yours are wore and you need to rebuild it all, they make a kit that has the crop lugs and the brush kits that come in the package. 360 offers a shield kit. If you experience issues of material getting hung up, we can install these around the brushes and they will guide through and help clean some of the foreign materials, clean the brushes out. So that is an option that they have. This kit does come in a pair. Typically they're used on the outer side rows where you have a chance of getting more debris that's brought up on the outer sides of your rows, but they do come in as a set. So some of your routine maintenance items that you need to watch is to make sure the tensioners on your head are set. 360 would like to see an 1/8 inch gap between the spacer and the washer. So we know that this chain guide is wore out. John Deere does offer a plastic guide, or we can upgrade it to the new 700 style that has a cast iron brush guide in it. The gap in this brush is very narrow right here, so you can't get the corn stalks through it like you can up here. They're really tight, and that will cause more wear on your brushes and wear them out faster. And in addition to wearing them out, you'll have more of an opportunity for more trash to be pushed into the combine. So once we get the gap in here that we like, instead of what we've got going on here, the next step would be to keep your 360 recommends you keep your deck plates open 3/8 to 1/2 inch wider to allow more trash to go through. And then you would also, the chain rolls that we have on this header will take that trash and send it through faster, so you're not wearing out the brushes as it goes through. You want to get the stalks through the brushes as fast as you can to keep them from wearing out your brushes even more. These brushes look a little worn, but they're in pretty decent shape. With these, when the brushes do get worn, that's going to be up to you to decide how much header loss that you could take before you need to replace these. They still do a fine job with those deck plates out, that they cushion the butt of the ear as it comes in here. They'll still cushion it, and it will still take in a considerable amount of grain. But to decide if they're wore out, you need to look behind your head and make that decision if they need replaced or not. So we're going to show a demonstration on how these Yield Saver brushes compare to just a normal head with your typical gathering chains. We'll fill this cylinder full of corn and we'll open them up, and you'll be able to see how much corn is collected with the Yield Savers compared to with your gathering chains from underneath.